Hi everyone, so I'm back today to do a little project with you, and this is part of the daily spread, which is a collaboration with Rach and Bella Crafts. I'm doing day 6, and the partner for the day is Penny. I will link her YouTube below. So like I said, this is a 30-day challenge, and what I didn't print out was who's doing what on what day, right? I don't know why I've done 2 of them. I put 2 of them onto a page. So I've done that 2 to a page because this will fit into like a journal easier than like a great big sheet. So each day, I will put all the links below as well. Each day there is like two people collaborating, and like I said, I will link Penny below. So we've had 10 videos prior to this one because like I said, I'm on day 6. I've watched a few of the videos from the other ladies, and I've got the rest of them on a playlist to watch. I'll put all the relevant links below. There is some kits that Rach and Bella Craft have provided to us that are collaborating, but they will be available, and I think it's on the website and possibly on their coffee shop, I'm not sure. So I will put the links to them below, and I do believe for the first week that it's 50% off. You can buy the kits, like each kit individually, or you can buy them as a bundle as well. So today I have to do a tabbed divider, and it's like this week's intentions. So I've already done a mock-up of what I'm going to do, just with like normal paper, and I'm going to show you the papers that I'm going to use. I thought I would use these papers, and like I said, I'll put a link to the kits below. They're just my thing. They're subtle, they're kind of vintagey, they're subtle. We've got that, and we've got all these lovely little labels. Excuse me, I've got a real sore throat. So we've got these little labels and tags. We have got, whoops, flying across the side. These little tags as well. We have these. I love them. They are so cute. And we've got these. My ink was running out on just that little bit there, but I will use the rest. I've changed the ink since then. And then we've got these as well. So it's a bit like full washi. And then we've got these little skinny elements. So we shall get started, okay? So I'm just going to start with a piece of coffee dyed paper. And I am going to do this about, just trying to think, about 4.5 inches. Yeah. Wait, keep that, we'll use that for something else. Right, so we're going to turn that this way, and then I'm going to take that to 6. I'm not going to trim it. I am just going to use my little embossing tool and just put it into that groove, and that will give me a fold. Got to move it out of the way. I'm trying to line that up properly, Yvonne. Okay, so we have that. Obviously, if you've got a, I have got a scoring board, but I've got so much stuff out that I've got no room to use it. Right, so here is when we are going to start cutting up the papers. Right, so I've got this one. So the links that I'm going to give you to Rach and Bella Crafts website, you will get a full list of everyone who's taking part and their YouTube channel. And then you can go and follow them, and then you will see all their videos when they come out. So this it's just like a gridded paper that I love. Gridded paper and squared paper and lined paper in journals. Right, I could have done all this off camera, but I thought, no, we'll have a nice big lengthy video. And you can see exactly what is entailed and how long it will take. Right, so I'm going to get rid of all these little strippy bits. Right, so on here I am going to, there's a right strange noise outside. Right, so I'm just going to look at my little, right, oh, before we do that, silly belly me. Right, I'm going to make a pocket for inside, but I'm not going to stick it down, okay? So I'm just going to, there we go. And that's going to be a pocket. I'm just going to put a little notch in there. And I'm going to do one on for the front as well. But I'm going to make that one a little bit shorter, like not as deep. So, and I'm sorry if you can hear the fan, but it's ever so hot, so I need it on. Right. So we'll just put a little notch in there as well. Right. Oh, it's so noisy outside. Right. So that's going to go in there. So I'm not going to waste any paper down here, but what I am going to do is just mark just to about there, so that I can put the paper from there to there. Okay. And then the same, just checking, going back to my little dummy one. So that's gonna go here. So I kind of want it to be about there, because we want it to cover the little notch that we've put in, which we are going to coffee dye. We are going to ink them up. I may actually trim that one down a little bit more. I'm just thinking, do I want to? Because that's going to go in there. Yeah, I'm going to trim that down just a little bit more. Just take about 1 centimetre off of that. Okay. Right. So now I want to take that down to about here and not there. Right, so what I'll do is I'll do it that way. I'm just thinking, yeah, don't really matter, does it? So I'm gonna, obviously you can do measurements, but I like to just eyeball it. So there and there, and we'll trim that off. I do apologise for my croaky voice, and I've got such a dry tickly cough, so I do have to stop, cough and start again. It'll probably take me about loads of goes, not loads of goes, but loads of takes on this, because I have to keep stopping. I'm not sure if it's an allergy or it's a cold. Strange, isn't it? Anywho, right. That can go on there. I'm just gonna, where's that pocket? Just gonna make sure that, perfect. Now you can use whatever glue you want. No, I'm not going to use the thingy glue. I'm just going to move that bottle out of the way. It's causing a big shadow. I'm not going to use a glue stick. I'm just going to use this. Right. And I'm just going to put that way, just so that I can make sure that I've got that on. I've got that on straight up, especially at top. Okay, I've now got glue all over the globe. Right, okay, right. And that's just double checking again. Yep, that's going to cover that perfectly. Okay, at this point here, I'm gonna I think that's actually quite nice, isn't it? That little piece there. Glue. Yes. So I'm just going to mark all that with my pencil. And then trim that off. It's ever so pretty, isn't it? And alright, we'll just ink that up. To be honest, actually, I don't really need to use that. I'll just use this. I think it's because I'll show you my little template. And because I was looking at the pockets, and I think that's why I just got carried away doing it. But I am actually just going to use that. But I will still use... Where's the other one gone? Where's it gone? I'll use it as a template. Right, so now we shall put our little notch in there. Just trying to centre that. Another way of doing that, you know, if you want to make sure it's centred, use your ruler and you can just literally, making sure that's correct, just put a little line there and you know that that is your centre. Okay, and then just go in and eyeball that to pretty much the centre. Hints and tips as well. You'll probably know it anyway. Right, where's it gone? Where are you gone? Right, I'm just going to ink it along here. It's just in the middle of the fold. It's just so I can see what I'm doing. Perfect. And where's that gone? Just going to use this glue. It's just the same as what I was using, only it's been decanted into this little bottle for things like this when you only need a tiny little bit. Right, I'm just going to do that way because I can't put my head right over. I'm not going to put it right on the fold, but just a little mini skill away from it. Okay. Righty ho. Excusez-moi. Right. I'm just thinking, where's that little one? Right, that's no good. That bit's no good for there. Okay. So, but this will be Sally sausage. And where's my little ruler? I found that in my drawer in my bedroom with like hair clips and things, and I was like, what are you doing in there? So we will ink that up. And then that is going to go on there, like so. And somehow that has managed to block itself up, and I haven't left the lid off of it. If you know me, you know. There we go. It's probably just, yeah. Obviously, leaving it off just for like a little tiny minute in this heat is just not a good idea. Right. Don't worry, I know it looks like looks all the same, but it's not going to be. Right, so I'm going to use this as a template, and I think I'm just going to go down. Oh, I might go that way actually. Decisions. There we go. Actually, we're gonna just, oh, see that? They would make nice tags, like, oh, I don't want to ruin. So I'm gonna go there, and like so. Okay, so that's that little bit done. And of course we're going to there we go. And that's going to go on there like so. So I was watching Corey, her video, I was watching that a little bit earlier, and she's got summer cold, and I was like, oh, I think I've got a summer cold as well. Must be catching. Because her voice is a little bit croaky as well. I was like, oh, something's going about. Right. So that goes up there like so. Sorry about that. I'll just push that up a little bit. Right, I'm going to do tabs. Where's that punch? Oh, it's right there. Silly sausage. Right. So I'll do that tab there. Just hoping I can get another one in here. I can. So I want 2 tabs. And we shall ink them up. There we go. Actually, we'll leave that because I'm not quite finished with here yet. I was just going to put, oh, but it's, just thinking we'll put another pocket in there. Why not? Why not? This is going to be like a great little tabbed divider in a journal. Right. It's pulled up again. Oh, I'm such a woolly. I should have put the lid back on, shouldn't I? Dries up ever so quickly. Little squiggle in the middle. Right, is it that way? Yes. Saying that when you put that up, the pocket, all things fall out. We'll see. Watch this space. So technically we're using this again as a template. And we are doing down here. And we will trim that off. Try not to ruin all these images. Here we go. And try and center that as best as possible. I'm just going to put that lid on the glue. There we go. Right. these little bottles. I think you can get them on Amazon, but they are handy for putting, or you know, if you're like maybe going away and you want to take some craft supplies with you, but you don't want to take like your big bottle, you can put them in there. Right, now we can put the tabs on, so we can. Right, so this one, the tab is going on the side, like so. And the other one is going to go on here. So not the top of that one, but this one. I'm not going to do anything to the back because I'm actually going to glue that probably into a page. And it will open up and down. But I will probably just glue here and here so that you can still tuck things in behind there. Right, now to do a little bit of decoration. Right. Showing that looks really lovely, doesn't it, that image? I can print it out again. It's not a big problem. Right. I do want some of this, like full washi. It's ever so pretty, isn't it? Look how pretty that is. Sorry, the shadow, and it's just that time of day. Well, I'm gonna use my tear ruler just to give a little bit more, because I don't fancy like cutting that out. You can just ink up the white bits. And we'll do another little bit. So we've got a couple of little bits there to play with. And what else? Where else is all this stuff gone? We've got these long skinny elements, which I absolutely love. I'm just thinking which ones I want. I'm not sure if you could run like this sort of thing through like a scan and cut if you have one. I don't have one. I would love one, because that is something that I'm not overly keen on doing, but I know it's got to, it has to be done, doesn't it? Like cutting things out, fussy cutting. Right. So we've got 2 of those. I might actually take that little piece as well. That looks nice. There's that, and that. Might have to clear the decks in a minute. Right, and we have these as well. So I'm going to take, and this was where my ink started running out there. I'm going to love all these little bits, to be able to play around with them when I'm making like little clusters and like altered paper clips. They've been my thing lately. And these things are just perfect. Or if you're making, I think I said clusters actually, yeah. Right, we'll just cut out a couple of these. Obviously this is like botanical inspired, themed, from the papers that I'm using. And like I said, there is 3 different kits. I just happen to shine more to this one. Right. Love these as well. Right. If I cut this one out. My dog's sniffing at the door now. I'm just going to take that in just a little bit more than like what it is. Just like so. I didn't actually mean to go around. I've just cut off the sentiment. I was too busy like concentrating on the flower. Yeah, so don't do that. Yeah. Oh, silly sausage, aren't I? We'll do this one and we'll try. We will try. I'll do around there first so that I don't actually cut it off. There we go. Do you like fussy cutting? I don't. There we go. Oops. Right, that's 2 of them so far. I do want a couple of these little tags. I'm going to use them as a dangle off of this. We'll come back to that. I'll do this one. I might do 2. I'm just looking to see if there's a much smaller one. I will back this onto card. Right. Just looking for a smaller tag. What does that one say? Where did it go? Okay. I might have to go for a bigger one instead. That is the smaller one. Sorry, I'm not so chatty, but my throat is ever so sore, and when I'm talking, I feel like I'm going to start coughing. Right, they'll get backed. Right, and I'm just thinking, I want 2 tags for in here, 2 there, and 2 there. So, obviously we have these. So, I'm going to cut these 2 out. I will back these as well. There's them. There's them 2. I think we will go for that and that one. Right. Just moving some bits out of the way. Just easier for me to roughly cut around these, glue them down and then cut them properly. I don't want to cut them twice because we haven't got time for that, have we? Right. And I'm going to use my glue stick for this. I think I've pretty much used this one. Yep. Oops. I'll try and get that last little bit out of it. Get the money's worth. Right. to use an old card of some sort to make sure that it's down flat. And sorry, just getting another glue stick out. There we go. Ah, there we go. You see that glue, it gets a little bit gunky. And I would normally let that dry for a little bit, but I'm not today. Oops. Oh, the joys. This is the second long video I've done today. I'm going to be all talked out. Husband will be happy. Right, I'm not fussy cutting around like certain bits, like the paper clip that was sticking out at the end there. Just these little jaggy bits. Right. And I'm just going to take that up there. Right, let's get rid of this lot. Oops, like that. Right. Okay. We are going to do some inking. Just in case I've like left any little white bits, which it happens. Okay. Right, just let's stick into my finger. Let's just place a couple of little bits in. I am going to print out some more bits and pieces because it's going to need it. And that can go in there. That there. That there. That actually looks a little bit too white, so I'm just going to ink there and just probably glue that in there. Actually, maybe that one in there, since I chopped off the sentiment, and try and show the sentiment on that one. that on there maybe. Yep, we will do that. Should we just put that in the middle? There we go, that's okay. And I think we will do the same. Might look for a smaller one to put on this side, because obviously that's too big. And we'll put that on there. There we go. Sorry about that, the dog's barking. You don't want to be hearing that, do you? Right, there's some smaller pieces here. What about the field knots? Chop a little bit off each side. And we'll put that up there. Actually, I'm gonna tear a little bit off of this. Yep. And that can go there, like so. Right, so that's that and that. Right, I'm going to actually look and see if I can print out something else to make some tags with, like larger tags. Whilst I've got a few things printing, I thought I will just come on and do this. You will probably hear the printer. There we go. That was the noise I was just about to say. Just thought we'll do this. Yep, we'll keep that there. I don't need a hole punched in them. There we go. And we will, what shall we put in there? Alright, I've got some of this. Oops. There we go, I've got some of this. And I normally just make a couple of little snips. And that'd be 3 lots of skinny bits of fabric to decorate tags with. And oops, that one doesn't want to work. Might have just needed a little bit more to pull on. Yep. Okay. Right, that's the printer done. And I like this because it's all tatty looking. Okay, I don't know where that came from, but we'll put it there for now. Right, that can go there. Right, just push them bits up. So this is what I've already like printed out. Oh, but I did find these as well, part of the kit. How cool is that? So I'm going to use a few of them. What I'm going to do is, this is a little acrylic tag thing. So, you know, I mentioned I really like that. I'm going to have that. Like so. That fan is perfect. And if you don't have these acrylic templates, this was from ARTYmaze, but she doesn't do them anymore. You can just make your own from some, what do we want here? You can just make your own from acetate or laminating sheets. So if you just run the sheet through the laminating machine, you know, it becomes all like hard and solid, and then just cut them to whatever size you want. Right. Sorry if you can hear that. There's a bunch of kids walking past. When I say kids, they're like teenagers. They're rather loud. Sorry about that. I had to stop. They were so loud. Right. Just kids Friday night. We're just backing these. We'll just do that straight onto the paper. Just like so. Just a little bit down there. Oops. That's a lovely sheet of paper, that is. There is actually lots and lots of lovely papers in all of these kits. There is one that's quite, you know, it's got a little bit of colour to it, whereas these are all kind of neutral earthy colours. And there's like a vintage one. Yeah, great kits. And like I said, they are at the moment half price for the first week. So literally you've got today and tomorrow to get it half price. Otherwise it's gone to the full price. And there is prizes as well for people if you're taking part and whatnot, from Rach and Bella. And one of the prizes is spending a day with them at one of their retreats. And it is just, I think it's just a day, and it's yeah, if you watch Rachel and Bella's latest video, you will see that she mentioned all that in her video. It's like, oh, interesting. So, and I think they're all in Wales somewhere. I'm not 100% sure. I've never been to Wales, so it might be a good excuse to maybe go to one of the retreats one time. Right, let's feed the fabric through that. We're getting there, we're getting there. And there we go. Right, where's it gone? Okay, so we've got that one. That's my favourite, so that's going to stay there. Well, they're all my favourites, but that one can go in there. That one can go in there. To be honest, I think I might do 2 in that one, which, look at that. Perfect. This video is like, it's not one of my quick ones. It's like, spend the evening with Yvonne. I do think this is going to be possibly over an hour long. Could be wrong, but I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it's a long one. Don't think I've done a long one in forever. Right. Like I said, I could have speeded all this up, but I kind of want to show you, you know, my thoughts, obviously the full process, the kits, talking when I can with my husky voice. Right. I would normally let them dry, but like I said, we haven't got time for that tonight. Right, bin drawer. Got a filing cabinet to that side of me and one to that side, and that one's full of paper, like coffee dyed paper and my little notebooks and things. Right, punch a hole and some more of this. Which one did I say I wanted 2 in? This one. Okay. I think I'm going to have to make an altered paperclip for this as well. I'll do that on another video. Of like, I want to do everything that everybody else has done over the last 5 days. And I'm like, just got so much going on. It's crazy. Right. These. How cool are they? Right, so I'm gonna move that out of the way just now. I'm just gonna use my ruler to tear these off to give like a rugged edge. We'll have that one. And I actually wanted that one. I wanted that. Of course I did. It's a butterfly. Right, but I still wanted that. Oh dear. Right, I'm gonna do another one just in case. We'll do that one. This one in the middle here. little bit off of that. Right, some more paper. Oh, here. So we will glue these onto there and then give them like a border all the way around the edge. Like that. And of course, the tear ruler will give a nice rugged edge. Oops. You can of course use should run it away, like decorative scissors. That was also a good idea. Right, I wonder if, yep, actually we'll do the butterfly one because I like that. Right. And we shall ink that up as well. And one more. Got these little bits out of the way. Tear a bit of paper. Oh, I do hope I've got enough memory on my phone. Because the other video that I've done is still uploading. That was quite a lengthy one as well, but certainly not as lengthy as this one's going to be. Right. There we go. Righty-ho. Right. Do we want, where's that washi, like 4 washi strips that I, was it just the 2? Clearly it was. Just thinking like that. Right. And obviously, like, we don't need that little bit, so. Whoops, still a bit of white there. So that can go on there. Actually, you can go over there a little bit more. Do you want that one? Or that one? Or that one? I think that one. Right. Right, I think that I'm not going to stick it down completely yet, just to make sure. Yep, perfect. We'll trim that little bit off in a minute. I'll use that glue because that's, there we go. Ta-da. Right. Right, so that's that one done. What I'm going to do is punch a little hole in there. And an eyelet. I'm not going to do one on the top, but I will try and find something to put on that. So you see, because it's kind of very neutral and it's like got that the white to it as well, I'm feeling like, oh, lace, but I think, well, field note-y type things like this, you don't have lace. You don't have lace on it. Right, so we're going to do this bit now. And to be honest, I hate the fact that I'm going to cover that over. But I'm going to do the same but different way around. Right. Yeah. And then the thicker glue on this one. Oopsie, that's a bit much, isn't it? See, I've kind of got to cover that over, but I've replaced it there. Didn't even think about that. Right. There we go. Is that straight-ish? Glue's oozing out. Oh, made a little mark there. There we go. And this one here, I'm not going to put that on there because it's too much, but I am going to maybe just do, oops, a little collage of things. A little cluster, that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to end up making a big journal out of all these pages. There are just so many pages to play with. Right. Take that off and work with it that way, just making that a little bit more shaped. Right, just a little bit there. And I'm now thinking that actually would have looked nice if I ran it through the machine with some, like a black straight stitch. But too late now. Right. Right. Just having that coming off that page just a little bit. Is that what we want? Do we want a green one? Or do we want the neutral one? Is there any smaller ones? Let's have a look. Specimen number 12. I think that's what I'm going to go for. You know, this is probably clearly obvious, but you could, with what everybody's making over the 30 days, 2 people each day, that's 60 projects. That is definitely enough. That's better. Yeah, definitely enough to do a start to finish journal if you wanted to take part. Oh, and also there's freebies as well. I don't think I've used any of the freebies, but right, okay, let's turn that around and just chop that bit off. Okay, Right. Now I'm gonna look. I didn't even use that, did I? Oh, I didn't chop that off either. Silly, silly. Right. Where's that bit? I lost it. I lost it. Right. I'm actually just going to stick that in there as a loose piece. And we're going to put that up there. We're going to back these onto cardstock. I had a bit somewhere. I've got loads of it, but there we go. Is that enough to put 2 of them on? Yes. Right. We'll glue on there. And then there. I will let that dry. I do have to let that dry. So I had a little bit of a clear up and I left a few bits out. This is now dry. I inked up the back as well. I'll just ink around these. You could resin them, or you could put glossy accents on them, or what's that other thing that it's or you could just like Mod Podge it. Diamond glaze, is that another thing? Can't remember. Right. Let's little hole. Oh, big hole, but there you go. There we go. And a bulb pin. I can never do these like properly, right? As in feed the tags on and yeah, hang on. Is it that way? Yeah. Always do it and then it's like, no, that's the wrong way. This is probably the wrong way. We might have to do this a few times for me to get it right. No, we don't. I've done it. Right. I kept these 2 out because just had another little sneezy cough thing. It's probably just allergies. Right, let me just take this out. Just thinking like, yes, I like that. Where's that gone? I've actually really enjoyed this. Not that I wasn't expecting to enjoy it, but you know, I started off with that little template that I showed you, and I'll show you that again in a minute. And apart from that, I had no idea where I was going with this, which I think sometimes is the best way. Like, literally, I just thought, right, okay, that's a tabbed divider. And I just wrote on there, add the labels last, because obviously you don't want them and then covering the paper over. Decorate front, writing paper, which is obviously that. And, you know, I've just gone with the flow. I do want something to put up there. Right. No, because I don't want to cover that over. I don't really want to cover that over. Do I put something on here? I'm gonna. There we go. So you can still write on there if you wanted to. Let's see. Yep. Right, we'll put these back in. I'll close that up. And right, just looking, that's too big. There's loads of sheets with things on it as well, so it's not just these two. Let's try this. Actually, I'll cut these two out and we'll use one of them, one way or the other. Right, that can go back in there as well. Excuse me. It's a lot of cutting, wasn't it? Right, let's see. Right, we'll try that, and then we'll try this. I'm rubbish at cutting circles out or sewing around them. I cannot for the life of me sew around a circle. And some people can do it so well. Alright, inky. This is like the never ending thing. I could probably add more to this. Let's see, let's take that out and see which one is best. Oh, I best put it in frame. Oh gosh, I hope I have been in frame. Oh, I'll cry if I wasn't. Right, I'm going to use that one. Right. Right. Let me just see if that's straight. Well, it's as straight as it's going to be. Oops, what's that? Right. There we go. And I love that. I do. I actually really like that. So, like I've said, and I also want to say thank you to Rach and Bella for asking me to take part, because the last one that they done, I think it was at Christmas, for some reason the message went into like that other folder you get, and I didn't even know it was there, and I didn't see it until much later on. And not just Rachel, but quite a few people. And I thought, oh, they probably think I'm really rude, but anyway, got it this time. And yeah, thank you so much for asking me. Kits are amazing. I love them. I love what I've seen with everybody else's so far. And I will put all the links below in the description box for you to go and check it out. And yeah, if you like this, you can thumbs up. You can like it. That is thumbs up, isn't it? Thumbs up, like, share, hype it. You can share it to groups and stuff like that as well. And obviously I'll be sharing this on the collaboration group and also on my Facebook groups as well, and my my Facebook page. So yes, thanks for watching. Bye for now.